Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for another episode of The Bad Batch Season 2, Episode 10, Retrieval. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos, my vast video library, and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, please hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you feel lucky or you feel like gambling, hit that bell down below, and YouTube may or may not notify you when I come on live. Best thing to do is go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. All right, let's get started, shall we? Spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video you can comment down below in your comment section. Give me enough time to hit pause, all that kind of stuff. All right. Well, this is a continuation, of course, from episode 9, The Crossing, which was fairly boring for the most part. And this episode is just as boring, quite honestly. So, the group had their ship stolen. They made their way to an abandoned spaceport. They were able to get in touch with Sid, and Sid basically said, I'll get there in a couple of days, kind of thing. Not so much, Joe. It wasn't really a little bit better. It was, sure, they're following a Dickensian kind of storyline here. Um, so, um, Omega ends up getting the idea of tracking Gronk since Gronk is on board the ship, and she's able to do it. She finds out that he's about 100 kilometers away, and so the group ends up getting together a speeder bike, so they fix it so they can get over there. And they find another beat up kind of mining colony, if you will. And this is where we meet Benny. Benny is the one who stole the ship. And by the way, Benny is actually voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. And if that name doesn't sound familiar to you, maybe Ben 10 might. He's the guy who did Ben 10's voice for a number of years, which I thought was kind of funny that they named his character Benny. Ben 10, Benny. So yeah, it's a little bit of trivia there for you. And Benny is one of the many child slaves that works for Moko. Moko is he's really a slaver, is really what he is. Supposedly, he was there after the guild went belly up, and he continued to mine the Ipsium that's there and use the kids in order to do it. And really, what Moko is doing is he's starving them, saying that he's not making any profit when really he's making a shit ton of profit, and he's using the kids to uh, basically mine the shit out of the Ipsium that's on the planet. Um, the group ends up getting a hold of Benny because, of course, they're tracking Gronk. They need to repair the ship because the ship is being stripped for parts, and so they repair the ship. As Wrecker and it's kind of funny as yeah, as Wrecker and Tech are actually fixing the ship. Hunter and Omega, of course, are trying to find a way of bringing down the shield. And of course, Benny does not trust them. They don't trust Benny either. And Benny ends up, of course, betraying Omega. Long story short, the group ends up, uncovering that Moko is screwing over the kids. Kids find out about this, and Moko falls supposedly to his death. He falls down a big mine shaft, is what happens there. And so the kids end up taking over the mining duties there at this point. And you know, this whole thing kind of mirrors exactly what's going on with them and Sid. So why these guys, why our group of guys are still hanging out with Sid, I still have no fucking clue. She is doing the exact same thing that Moko was doing to these kids. She is taking all the profit and sending them out on all these really stupid death-defying errands when all Hunter wants to do is he wants to lay low. Obviously, he's not laying low. because they're running into the Empire left and right all the time. And really, what he should be doing at this point is evaluating if this is good enough for the team, like a team leader would be doing at this point, especially a clone trooper leader, team leader at this point. And he's not doing that. Um, and if he was doing that, he would actually see that Rex was the better option, going with Rex and like Echo did. So, yeah, and this is what's frustrating about this series is that we can see this as the viewer, yet this group is getting screwed over and over and over and over and over again, and they are not recognizing this. That Sid basically did not get them off planet; they got themselves off that planet. Retrieval, the name Retrieval for this episode, I guess means that they retrieved their ship because they were not retrieved off the planet because obviously Sid didn't come to help their ass, and they were there long enough where Wrecker was complaining about being hungry. So there you have it. Um, Something needs to change about this series, and hopefully soon. I know that D. Bradley Baker has talked about that there's going to be a shakeup or some kind of going on. I hope it's soon because this is just getting to be fucking annoying at this point. Um, where are we on the episode count here? I keep forgetting what the episode count is for the second season. I know we're at episode 10 here, but there are 16 episodes. So we have 6 more episodes left. Is that correct? Yeah, 6 more episodes for the season. And one of them is actually a double episode. That is the last 2 episodes, 15 and 16 of the season. So your guess is as good as mine. And next week, of course, next week's episode falls on the same day as The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian. So The Mandalorian, of course, is going to take precedent over The Bad Batch for me on that one. I might end up moving The Bad Batch to, Thursdays at this point, uh, just because it is the lesser of the 2 shows, and that's flat out what it is. And has been for a while, honestly. So I'm not putting too much faith in this series at the moment. I don't know if Disney is either. I don't know if Disney's going to continue with this series or if this is going to be it for them and that's going to be the last gasp. We shall see. I mean, there's a lot of Star Wars stuff out there already. A lot of Star Wars permeated. Liam Neeson actually was just in an interview talking about how he thinks there's just too much Star Wars out there and it's diluted the Star Wars brand. Do I agree with that? No. There's always been Star Wars out there, and sure there wasn't a lot from in the '90s around there, but then in the early 2000s there was a ton of Star Wars. So I don't know what he's talking about, quite honestly. So what else do I have going on? The rest of this week is going to be kind of iffy, of course. I'm going to be off tomorrow and Friday. I might come back on Saturday or Sunday. I don't know as of yet, and do another Saturday morning blast off where I take the genre news of the week and any other genre stuff you guys want to talk about. Might do that. Monday, of course, will be The Last of Us. Um, Tuesday will probably be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? I don't know what I'm doing as of yet, but I'll figure something out. Wednesday will definitely be The Mandalorian season 3 because that is what is happening on Wednesday. I just want to make sure that that is the case. Yes, Wednesday is the first. And Thursday will be The Bad Batch. That's where it's going to be moving over to, is on Thursdays. So there you have it. Again, like I said, this was not the greatest of episodes. And this series needs to do something. It needs to shake some stuff up to change it up because it's boring right now. And when your best episode was not about the group, and when you have a solo episode, episode 3, which is about crosshairs, being your best episode of the season and by far heads and tails better than anything else that was out there. Yeah, that's a problem right there. You need to clear that up and you need to do it fast because Star Wars fans are fickle bitches. They really are. I'll say that right now. So, yeah. With that said, I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. Thank you to Joe Greer, who joined me tonight in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, please hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, go over to suspendedfanimation.com and take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it every week. Also, underneath that schedule, there's future stuff too. So, like movies, TV shows, things of that nature. I don't have everything on there, obviously, but I have a good majority of stuff on there. I know I don't have John Wick 4 on there either. So, I mean, yes, I know it's not genre, but it might as well be. I mean, it's in the realm of fantasy now at this point. He's killed like what, 3 billion people. So it should be fantasy at this point. Um, with that said, I'm going to let you guys go for the rest of the night. Thank you, everybody. I will see you again either Saturday or Sunday, somewhere around there. I will put it out on my YouTube page, the community thing there. I'll also put it up on my Facebook page and Twitter. I'll put that all out there. Oh, really? Joker, my dad's a bounty hunter is good. I saw it. I saw that it was advertised and it just didn't look like it was for me, so I didn't bother with it. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a chance. I've been watching the old Star Trek reruns on Pluto TV. That's what I've been doing. I just have those on in the background. So, with that said, I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks, everyone. I will see you again, either Saturday or Sunday here. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may have to throw a Dickensian kind of Fagin from space into a mining pit to save some Dickensian kids who, anyway, it's a complicated thing. And not really all that complicated. It's just boring, is really what it is. Thanks, everyone. I will see you again later on. Have a good rest of your night and a good rest of your week. And stay safe out there. Remember to wear those masks, get those vaccine shots, get the boosters as well. Doesn't worry about those boosters. And stay safe out there, everyone. Thanks. Have a good rest of your night and take care, everyone. Thanks. Have a good night.